boxing entertainment brand. As you guys will see today, the main aim of Ultimate Boxer is all about solving the current fighter restrictions. It's about unlocking the shackles. It's about providing a huge platform for fighters who they're not getting the fights that they need or that they deserve to take their careers onto the next level. Ultimate Boxer will provide a golden opportunity for hungry boxers, hungry fighters who are willing to put everything on the line for their chance of glory. Okay, so we've got a teaser trailer for you guys right now, which shows the journey of an Ultimate Boxer who, like I said before, has put everything on the line for this opportunity. Take a look.
Moments before a moment are the moments that make a man. They turn yesterday's dreams into today's reality. Shadows. The lights, that's where we belong. It's time for the new wave. Time for a new era. It's time to make your moment.
Please help me welcome to the stage former two-weight world champion and non-executive director of Ultimate Boxer. Make some noise for Paulie Malignaggi! Next up, a former three-time lightweight welter and welterweight world champion, Hatton! And finally, former WBA lightweight world champion, make some noise for Crolla! Take a seat, man. Take a seat. Take a seat. Okay, so we're going to start with Ben. Ben Shalom, you are the founder and MD of Ultimate Boxer. Yeah. Talk to us about, Ultimate Boxer as a brand. Talk to us about your team, and talk to us about why you founded this.
So we got into boxing about 12 months ago. Kind of realised straight away boxing is going through a boom right now thanks to other promoters. We was just so surprised when we were putting on shows with the likes of Unilab that despite all the boxers' kind of hard work, if you didn't fall in the kind of right camp or the right trainer, then you kind of struggle for opportunity. And what we wanted to kind of do with our entertainment background was to find ways to provide revenue, to bring in revenue so that the sport at that level can thrive. And so, luckily, kind of with our online background and kind of the online invested partners that we've got, we know we can bring in the brands and deliver for the brands in a way that perhaps TV might not be able to, and therefore bring in the revenue for the fighters and provide them with a platform where they don't have to worry perhaps about the ticket sellers, and they know exactly what they're going to earn on the night, and we can do a lot for them.
Now, you've got an amazing team. Talk to us about the people that you've surrounded yourself with and that have helped you get to this point.
Yeah, so obviously we're kind of under no illusions that this is a hard thing to do. And so we needed to spend a lot of time, you know, making sure we had a serious amount of people involved. So everything kind of from our online partners, from Unilad, even Social Chain, who have helped us kind of from the very beginning with online strategy. That was very kind of important for us first off. From a boxing perspective, again, it's a very difficult industry. It's you know, it's full of a lot of kind of obstacles. And so Carl Greaves, who has been amazing kind of co-promoting and matchmaking for us, has managed to find us all on beats and fires. His kind of way that he works with the board, his respectability in the industry has been vital for us, and we want to kind of not show any sort of disrespect to the old guard, and that's been very important. From an ambassador point of view, Paulie has been unbelievable for me, kind of mentored me from the start of the journey, and has provided, you know, really good advice for me to kind of get into the right areas and understand the sport. And I spent about 12 to 18 months with my team, kind of building our foundation, and then obviously Ricky and Anthony, who we got in kind of recently, just because of how respected they are in the sport, and they fell in love with the brand and what we're trying to do. So it's been a team, collective effort across the board. There's a lot of people, as I say, that I can't mention, but it has been a team. It has been a team collective.
A team effort.
Yeah.
So talk to us about the format and the concept. What's the format about, and also your online strategy as well, because you guys you're partnered with Unilad, right?
Yeah. So we had to find. We wanted to create a brand. We wanted to create something that could connect with youth culture, something that could connect with you know, fashion, music, everything like that. Because obviously the casual fans perhaps engage maybe 4 or 5 times a year, know a handful of boxers. We wanted to provide a narrative that everyone can understand. Whether it's my mum, whether it's my girlfriend, whoever, they can come down to the event, understand the narrative, understand what's going on, and provide very, you know, exciting boxing. Also, the format, which is just part of the brand, provides something that's very useful to our online partners, which is short, fast, easily understandable content.
Which is how a lot of young people digest content these days, right?
Yeah, short attention spans. It's an overstimulation. So yeah, our events as well will kind of have that kind of interactive nature with huge kind of entertainment aspects, and so yeah, it's all kind of works well, and the format just lends as part of the event really.
So when is the first Ultimate Boxer event? How can people get involved? Where do we get tickets? Are you doing more than one event this year? What's going on?
Yes, so the idea is we'll do 4 events this year in between Manchester and London. The first event will be on April the 28th in Manchester. Tickets won't go on sale till February the 19th to the pre-sale list, so sign up for pre-sale now. It's a kind of intimate venue with kind of large music performers, so we don't expect kind of tickets to be that you know, available. So if you can sign up now, that's the best thing to do. Nice
one, Ben. Okay, moving on to Paulie. Paulie, you've been involved in this project and this process from the very beginning. Why did you get involved in the start and stick with it as well?
Well, first of all, you know, when I met Ben, I saw he was kind of a modern generation, young, hip guy, real intelligent, you know. Not that young millennials aren't intelligent, because they're obviously very intelligent, especially with technology and whatnot, but a lot of times they're distracted in so many ways. I saw Ben had a real motivation. I saw Ben was real go-getter and gung-ho about this idea. So I decided to take a little bit more of a listen to it, you know. And as he started explaining things to me, you know, I started to realize this is obviously the way of the future with technology and whatnot. And his generation, he understands it better than me, obviously, you know. So when I started listening, I started saying, okay, how do we attract the younger generation to boxing? Because that's always the key, right? I mean, the youth generation seems to watch a lot of mixed martial arts. They do watch some boxing. Well, how do we keep this youth generation to our sport? So one of the ways is to make it accessible to them. Accessible to them means internet. Unilad brought a great platform for us, and Ben had brought that to the table through Facebook and Unilad. And when I thought about that, I said, you know, this is the way these young minded kids are starting to really view things. You know, it's not so much television. Not that, you know, television is going to go away completely, but you want to be able to have it accessible to the way young minds think. You know, young minds, they're distracted, but because there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's they're gung-ho about technology. So you gotta give them something that they're gonna understand while making it hip and young. How do you do that? You bring in the music acts. You bring it out off to the internet and whatnot. So he started bringing it together, and I said, you know what? Great fights sell. Great fights will always sell. But if you put the product out there where it's accessible to the youth, they're going to expand it among each other. Technology is a very powerful thing. You can spread it around really fast through the internet and whatnot. And I started to think, okay, this could actually work. Then one more thing that really got me going. I said, you know what? How would people view this as competition? And he said, it's not competition, because we're not competing with any promoters. Anybody aligned to Ultimate Boxer doesn't have to be signed to Ultimate Boxer. They can be signed to their own promoter, or they can be independent. You don't have to sign a contract with Ultimate Boxer. This is the brand Ultimate Boxer. You're coming in and you're competing in the tournament. So a Matchroom fighter can compete in here. A Frank Warren fighter can compete in here. Any fighter belonging to any other promoter can compete in Ultimate Boxer, or an independent boxer can compete in Ultimate Boxer. So you're not competing. You're almost setting up sort of a farm system, a farm league, for maybe the bigger boys. You know, maybe some of the young guys that are having trouble getting promotion, or some of the younger guys who are having trouble getting fights. Maybe even a big promoter is having trouble moving a fighter or whatnot, you know? It takes off a little bit of the responsibility, and it gives you a chance to get on this platform, a platform where, through the technology, as I explained, can be watched by a lot of people, by the new generation, and it can be spread around a lot faster. And you win this tournament like that, you make a little bit of money, and of course you make your name bigger. So I like that idea. I like that idea a lot, and I like the fact that it's being dealt with by such a young, intelligent guy like Ben, and it grasped me, and I jumped on board.
Amazing stuff. Also, as well, how do you think the format and the concept will lend itself to your home country, the States, and also other territories and countries around the world?
Well, I think it's just a matter of the same thing I should explain. I think you know, with the internet, the world is one country essentially, right? I mean, you can be accessible right now. We're live on the internet right now, so you could be watching us in the U.S., you could be watching us in England, right? So it's the same kind of concept. This technology is the way of the future, so you can broadcast this and branch this off into so many households, into so many people's telephones. You know what I mean? You don't even have to be home anymore to watch this stuff. You know, and that's where the youth grasps on, because the youth is, you know, they want it accessible really fast. They don't want to be home in their living room and have to turn it on. And those days are gone. Those are my generation. You know? These young kids, man, they want to be on the go. They want to check something on their phone. So right now, somebody could be at work, somebody could be in their home, somebody could, you know, be cooking something and watching this press conference as we're talking right now. And that's where you make it accessible to the U.S., to the UK, to Asia, to all the markets, marketing it correctly, and then using that platform.
Amazing. Thank you, Paulie. Ricky, moving on to yourself. You've had an amazing career in boxing, as a fighter, as a trainer, as a promoter. But looking at your earlier career, what sort of obstacles did you have to overcome to make it as a pro boxer?
Well, you know, most youngsters, you know, we don't come from Oxford or Cambridge, you know, in the boxing scene as, you know, type thing. We come from council estates and stuff like that. And it's very, very hard, you know, once you leave school, you know, you can either go one way or the other. And, you know, I was very, very fortunate that, you know, that boxing come into my life, and it's given me such a wonderful, you know, thing. And, you know, when you look at now, you need to be kids, we need the youth to get in boxing. And the more things, I mean, social media nowadays, you've got the biggest shop window there, haven't you, you know, for kids and youngsters, you know, to see it. And it's a great platform, you know, to go from.
What sort of platform do you think Ultimate Boxer could give to people that are finding it hard, boxers, fighters that are finding it hard to break into the mainstream?
Well, boxing. You know, we need the youth to get it. You know, the professional game is going to be good if more kids are going in the gyms, aren't they? You know, and the more kids are going to go in the gyms by seeing, you know, the social media now, isn't it? You know, it's the biggest, you know, my son knows more about social media than I do. And that's the biggest platform you can get. I mean, youngsters, you know, nowadays, they don't watch box office, do they? They watch the internet. It's going to open up so many doors for these youngsters, and that's what it's all about, I think.
Brilliant, thanks, Ricky. Anthony, as the current fighter up on the stage right now, what are your thoughts on Ultimate Boxer and its aim of giving ignored fighters the chance and the platform to kind of push themselves into the limelight, really?
I think it's a great idea, great concept from Ben and his team around him. I see it now being active. I see so many young boxers get to the age of 18, they're either going to turn professional or stay amateur. Early on in the professional career, I see so many young boxers walk away from professional because it's not the life that they're expecting. I've seen it last week with a young kid. He's had his debut, and in the past 6 months, he's probably earned 800 quid. People don't realise for a lot of young boxing left, they've got the decorated amateur background, been to the Olympics, got national titles. It actually costs a young fighter to be a professional boxer. You don't make money, it costs you. So that's why so many of them have a job as well, and Ricky and Paulie have picked up on so much. That's why social media is so important now these days. And what you've got here now in this tournament, you've got 8 hungry lions, and I'm not sure for all of them, but a lot of them won't be allowed to live on their boxing wages, won't be able to live on the wages they get from boxing alone. The platform that this Ultimate Boxer will give those guys, the winner, or listen, he might not even be the winner, there might be a few lads who come out of this with some kind of sponsorship from bigger companies, because that's the big one. Now I'm always saying to young fighters, you've got to get yourself on social media, you've got to. I was only talking about with Carl last night, the promoter event, and he's got a lad there, very talented, he's not put himself out there, it cost Carl a fortune. And now it's so important to move with the times, and this concept, it gives you a platform to go on to bigger, better things. And as Ben says, it's no competition to the other promoters, so they can't feel threatened. It's all about the event and building the event and what comes with it, which is a little bit different, the acts. And in a way, Ben, the guys, they're doing the big promoters a favour because they're giving them a platform for their fighters to go on and to grow from there. So for me, that's what it's going to do, and if it helps one lad, further his career, then it's a job well done. But the idea behind it, I think it's going to help dozens and dozens of lads.
I mean, just to carry on with that, it's what we realised early on is it's not like tennis where the best are fighting the best every week, and you kind of get to that position where it's all kind of, it is the best that rise. It's really a lot more to do with who's bringing what to the table commercially. And so you have these boxers who might be unbeaten, who might be in a position where they think they're the best, but they're never going to get the chance to prove that, because what do they bring to the table? What we want to do is kind of just help even it out a bit, help provide opportunities for boxers that really believe they can go somewhere. And with the format, with the entertainment, we know with our experience and with our very kind of heavily invested online platform, we can provide experience to the casual fan, which will generate revenue and hopefully provide a lot more opportunity.
Exciting times, man. Listen, Anthony, Ricky, Paulie, Ben, make some noise for the guys, everybody. Okay, so we have 8 fighters that are going to be involved in Ultimate Boxer. They are here, but before we meet them, here's a short vid introducing them and their stories. Take a look.
8 fighters, 3 rounds. To win, we've got to fight 3 times in 1 night.
The names that are in it are big names or unbeaten prospects.
I believe it's like stepping up to the plate if you can handle the pressure.
Just looking to take a chance, get yourself on the map.
You've got to pace yourself to be able to do 3 fights. It's going to separate the men from the boys, isn't it?
Good fighters, prospects, he takes us up to the next level.
We're going to be good for a sport. It's exciting. 3 fights in 1 night shows you what you're made of, isn't it?
So I'm not to get in and have a go. So I've come here to win, not to lose.
I like the challenge, I like to see what I can overcome. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay guys, please help me welcome to the stage the first 8 Ultimate Boxer fighters. Make some noise!
It's
Guys, come over here so the press can see you. Come over this way, come over this way. Okay. So, how hard has it been for you guys to try and carve out a career in professional boxing?
Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare, obviously starting off, like, no one's got a clue who I am, last minute replacement, creme de la creme, cream de la creme. But no, it is, being serious, it is, you know, a bit of a nightmare starting off, you know, not just myself, all these lot, fighting for living.
And how are you guys like sizing each other up right now? Like, what's going on? Because you're gonna be paired up soon, right? Like, when are you gonna get paired up? Do you know?
I don't know yet. Wait and see.
Alright, well listen, guys. You guys, good luck to you. I think it's going to be a really good night on April the 28th in Manchester. Give it up one more time for the boxers, guys. Make some noise. You guys want to stand here? Some quick photo. You guys can stand up here. Look, Paul in the front. Once again, good luck to all 8 of the fighters. Guys, don't forget, Ultimate Boxer 1 will take place on April the 28th at Event City, Manchester. You can sign up now at www.ultimateboxer.com for pre-sale tickets for the event. I hope you guys have enjoyed the launch. Make some noise for yourselves. Thanks for coming. Big up to Charlie Stop with all people's points. There's some drinks upstairs in the bar when the drinks are warm. So make your way up there as well. Thanks for coming.
Man's still spitting, it's a 10, you get me?